hello everybody, I'm Ariadna. I studied biotech. I did a PhD in biomedicine. I co-founded a biotech startup whose mission is to offer new treatments and better treatments for patients with autoimmune diseases. And I think in 1 month from now, I will be also graduated from TEDxESADE, from an executive MBA. And let me tell you something. I think most of the soft skills that I'm now applying to my professional career, I learned it thanks to sports. I've been always very active. I think this is coming from my mother and from my father. And I started with swimming. Swimming is a very tough sport, inside and outside the water. Actually, I love the values of swimming, because first, the exquisite respect for the rivals, that in many cases, they are also your teammates. And the second is, swimming is a sport that tells you to plan in a long-term manner. You don't compete every weekend. You compete 2 times or 3 times per season. So you need a perfect plan, you need determination, you need perseverance in order to stick to it. I think swimming is not only giving a lot of physical strength and physical plasticity, but a lot of mental capacity. I remember I was training 3 hours per day, almost every day. Everything for classifying for a regional championship and competing 1 or 2 minutes there. And if we were lucky, we were also classifying for the national ones. I remember those times really vividly. I still remember the smell of the water, the voices of my teammates, the cheers of my coach. Actually, I'm the one in the middle. And I also remember the fun. We were going every year to training camps in the Canary Islands. So I think I am who I am today thanks to all the lessons learned in swimming. I think I have the determination and the perseverance learned during that days. Because do you think that perseverance and determination can be taught in an MBA classroom? I don't think so. I think this is something that is root from our unique path, and this can be learned from many different disciplines. So when I grew up combining my studies with competing in swimming. By the time I was meant to choose my career path, I was doubting if I should study sports science in order to help other athletes to perform better, or if I should study medicine in order to help them from another perspective. And just the day before I was submitting my application to the university, I got to read an article written by George Church, talking about synthetic biology. Maybe you are wondering what synthetic biology is. It's a discipline that combines technology, biology, and engineering, and we take biological entities, for example, molecules, and we engineer in a way that they do not exist in nature and can be beneficial for humanity. This can have applications in different fields, for example, biomedicine, bioremediation, green energy, or also environmental impact. I love it so much. This is what I wanted to do. I want to do new things. And this is why I decided to study biotechnology. When I started my studies, I was in love with translational research. Those are the projects that have the capacity to move from the lab or the bench towards having a real application in patients. This is why years after, when I decided to do my PhD, I did it in a group that is very well known for doing this translational research. Doing a PhD requires focus and perseverance, the same as swimming does. Actually, you choose a topic and you stick to it for 4 or 5 years. You have to master it. You have to be really specialized. Everything for publishing a bunch of papers or patents, and in the best cases, also a thesis manuscript. It was really tough. And I remember that time to have a lot of stress. So I started to do sports, because it is scientifically proven that moving your body helps you releasing endorphins. And this is not only helping your body, but also improving your mental capacity. I remember I started to run and to play soccer, and I love it so much that I even ran half marathons. My PhD project was about designing better molecules for treating patients. Actually, it's a big challenge. As I am speaking today here, there are a lot of people in this world working on the same mission. both in academia and in industries. I was the experimentalist. I was the one that was doing the experiments in the lab. And I recognized that I was not able to succeed alone. Because now we are living in the era of artificial intelligence. We are managing big tons of data. And we need computational power. We need track talent. We cannot do it alone. So I started to pitch the project to different computational scientists in order to onboard more people on the project. And I actually succeeded. 2 collaborators on board, and we set up a strong computational team. Actually, one of them is today one of the co-founders of the company. And only when we were all in the same team, we were able to move forward. I like always to put the example that these long-term innovative projects are really similar to running marathons. And let me give you an example of this. Do you know who is that man? He is Eliud Kipchoge. He is one of the best athletes in all time. He was meant to make history. Actually, nobody has run a marathon in less than 2 hours. And he was the guy that was selected to do that. He has a fantastic skills, but they set up a challenge, a race, in order to try to help him to conquer this challenge. He was training very hard in Kenya, where he is from. And he was not doing it alone. He was having the help of the teammates that were supporting him every step. When finally the day of the race arrived, he was neither alone. He ran with 41 pacers that were organized perfectly in relays in order to give him support every step. Actually, they were adopting an aerodynamic conformation and configuration during the race in order to give him the pace to move faster. And you know how this ended up? He made it. He was able to make the history. He ran the marathon in 1 hour, 59 minutes, 41 seconds. And he was not alone. Every detail counts. So, coming back to my biotech project, we were having some ingredients there, but we were needing 2 things. First, money. We were needing financial muscle in order to move forward. And the second was the talent, because it was very clear from the beginning when you pitch to investors, the investors, they do not invest in the best ideas. They invest on the teams that are able to execute those ideas. So we were having some ingredients. We were having the education, we were having the know-how, and the opportunity was there. But we were having a key asset. At that time, I was very young. It was my first venture, and I was feeling really insecure. Luckily, one of my co-founders, he's a serial entrepreneur, and he did a lot of mentoring to me. This helped me a lot to gain confidence, and also to take responsibility over the project. And we moved forward. I remember that time to be really hectic. We were dealing with many things at the same time. So one Tuesday, I was going to play my football match, like every other Tuesday, and I was having like a really good day. We were having fun. And at some moment of the match, something happened. My knee broke. How this can happen to me? Sports have given me everything that I have, and now look at me. I was not able to walk. It took me 1 year to recover. And I was also worried because I was not able to do experiments anymore, how this is going to impact in the future of the company. So I started to be nice with myself, and I applied 2 different philosophies. The first is written elsewhere that the best are not the ones that have the best skills, but are the ones that have the capacity to adapt better to challenging circumstances, are those that have the capacity to find the opportunity in the challenge. So I started to work on that. And the second is, the attitude is very important. It's not about what just happened, it's about which is your attitude in order to face it. So I was able to move forward. And I did one thing. I asked for help. I was not able to walk, I was not able to do experiments anymore, so 2 other people took over my responsibility. I was moved to play with the computers for the first time in my life. I started to do modeling of those molecules. the thing that I asked help before. So at the end, we made it. We delivered everything, and we moved forward. So here's the thing. Some months after, here I am, fully recovered. I am not experimentalist anymore. I enjoy designing molecules on the computer. I skied in the Alps. And what started as a solo employee company, now we have more than 13 talented minds working towards the mission of offering new treatments for humanity. So I have two takeaways for you. The first is, do sports. This will not only help your body, but also your mind and your brain. Sports have taught me how to find the opportunity in the adversity. And the second is, ask for help. You cannot do it alone. Share how you feel. You will be surprised about the reaction of the others. Actually, Eliud Kipchoge is one of the best athletes in history. He did not did it alone. So to finish, I want to share one insight. I think the essence of leadership is rooted on us coming from the different and unique path. It can come from sports, from music, from arts. Sport has not only helped my body, but also my mind. So I will keep looking after both. Thank you so much.